All right, what's going on, folks? Chris here, Better Investing. Today is Thursday, December 11th, 2025. Right, let's talk about the markets. Get right into it, right, people? That's what we're here for. All right, I'm just gonna go through the master watch list. Um, no, I was positive today. Pretty happy about that. But man, so many meetings, man. I'm still pissed because there were some things that slapped this morning, and not being able to really like get to the markets until like after lunch, and still walk away profitable after lunch. Taking some low quality setups that I like to take. Um, yeah, I was just a little upset. And look at this Zcash. Jesus Christ, this Zcash is just crazy. Um, I had got in down at 341, like right here on this day. I ended up selling it yesterday. Um, Kind of disappointed in that. I think I sold it. Yeah, I sold it right when it broke here. I had a trigger right here at 422, and that's when I sold it. Unfortunately, that's where it puts in its next higher low. Um, I mean, yeah, that still looks good. It still looks good. Um, yeah, I fucked up on that one. Kind of upset at that. But I mean, I took it from what? I don't really trade on my Coinbase, so that's one thing. But I got it at 341, and I sold it up here for 22%. Unfortunately, damn near double from there, but you are what you eat. All right, let's talk about the markets. Yeah, I mean, there's some good things that's occurring. Again, I think if you're a trader in the market, um, you have to be subjective to what price action is doing, right? And if we go back, because we are making new all-time highs on SPY. I talked about this that we could be back at all-time highs in 2 weeks. Took a little bit longer than that, but we are back at all-time highs after after markets. We are back at all-time highs, and I was talking about it back here where we dumped off, right? We dumped off this day, and it took us. What is it? This candle right here. Come on, right, that's 10 bars? Is this counting 10 bars? Yeah, took us 10 bars to make new all-time highs. So from this bar right here, how many days did it take us? You know, took us 14 bars. So it took us about 2 weeks and some change, to make that new all-time high. So yeah, things change very very quickly. I mean, us holding these Trump lows, and that week where um, you know where the holiday break was, and people's like, oh man, this market's probably going back down, right? Come back the following week, right? The start of December. No, we're back above these moving averages, right? Trade sideways, right? Got some catalysts come out the way, new all-time highs. You know. But yeah, I think there are some things that are really setting up. The one that I'm a little upset about, and I will admit that I probably I wouldn't say I mismanaged this trade yesterday, because I think for me, I would have cut it. Like, this is a situation like, if I buy this, I bought this yesterday over the prior day candle high. All right, I bought it here at 40. No, I'm sorry. I bought it at the red to green spot right here, 434. Right, that's where I bought it at yesterday. I think I can delete this. Um, the problem is, like, my stop. Come on, don't take all day. My stop was low of day. Right now, it didn't never hit low of day, because low of day was 412, and that was set earlier in the day. The only issues is I didn't have any cushion to swing in this, right? So if I'm in here at 434, this came down all the way to 392, right? Wicks below the EMAs. If I hold that, um, I'm probably, you know, have slippage, below my stop as well, right? And I was positioned for a day one move. Unfortunately, it ended up happening today. And I think this was a situation where, most likely, I think a lot of people were looking at this as a probably a nice little undercut of a spot. You can't see the moving average, but it's right here. It's like 392, right? Kind of undercut it. Is there a way I can show this on a better time frame? Let me see. Um, yeah, so right around there, right? It kind of comes back into the moving averages, right under here, wicks off. I mean, this is a good spot to try it at, right? Definitely when it pushes away, you pitch your stop at low, they risk even less. And this runs all the way up and hits the 50-day moving average. But this is an opportunity. You got to get in early. Now, I didn't even this even set up after, right? Came back, put in a higher low right here at the EMA 9 VWAP, right? And get that leg higher. Um, Damn. Yeah, a little upset at that one. But oh, the market's going to do what it's do right now. I think I don't think a lot of people are prepared for this type of move that's happening. But that's what's going on in the market. So, but I mean, I think this looks good. I think this would count as a day one. Day two possibly right through today's highs. I think this can get going. Fresh catalyst, right? I mean, yeah, still have a fresh catalyst with the robotics things that's going on. So what I have right here, and I took this list from this guy named Bronco. He kind of put together a list of like some crossback setups. So I haven't looked at them yet, but I mean, god damn, that looks fucking hot. I mean, I mean, you can't ask for a better look than this right here. I just wanted to take his list and kind of look at it. So I'm not calling this my own list, but I mean that's a nice look. That's a nice look right there. Let's go check out some of the other ones he has on here. Joby, I think this kind of already triggered today. Probably kind of similar to what's that? To Rich Tech Robotics. Kind of have that same look. Kind of got a let's do this. Got probably like a little trend line here. Let me see. I already broke that. Nothing that I'm interested in a trend line from the top, but you got a nice little look here, right? This is probably day one. You might get a day two tomorrow. All right. Let's keep it going. CRISPR. I already had this one on my list. I'm sure. I talked about this one. No, it's still a nice look. Would have rather this close a little green here, but it kind of faded off from the 100-day from above. This ASTS, I talked about this ASTS. Where was that at? I talked about this. Man, I wish I could have hit this here. This ASTS, I said, man, this thing could, possibly go already. It's kind of flagging here. This thing definitely went as well. I mean, it's kind of going now, but I mean, those are the type of setups you want to look for. Right here is kind of like the look, right there. That's the look I'm always trying to figure out what the stock wants to do. Right here, right, nice little flag, nice pullback and continuation. All right, like when you see that occurring, this presents great opportunities. ALAB, I don't necessarily think I like this one. Let's wait until it loads up. I can see it. Again, it's one of those this is what the market is presenting, like these undercuts. Right, this is the gap, undercutted the gap, reclaimed it. Now it's trying to break out. Not too sure I like this 100%. I think this AVA looks good, but I mean it's up 10% today. This is one I already had on my list as well. I had this kind of marked out, I think. That's a nice move. OUST, taking a look at this real fast. See what we got here. Yeah, I can see that. Doesn't look bad. Um, just going through the charts. UEC, I mean it's up, 9% today. It's not something I really want to hit. CCJ looks good, but not something I want to hit. EOS. Now that was these are all set up today, right? Kind of got that little fake out. And the thing is, like when this faked out occurred, it was very. I would say if you go back to SPY, like SPY tagged the EMA 9, and then you had QQQ tag the EMA 20, and you've seen it get brought up. Like that's the things you want to recognize. Like at particular levels of interest, what occurs there. And like I can just show you real fast. Like we go look at SPY, right? And I'm gonna go to a smaller time frame, so don't kill me. But like I said, if you go look at SPY, like look at how I just tagged the EMA 9, right? And literally just got bought up, right? And never looked back. I mean those are the type of like it's a longer, bigger, a higher time frame, moving average. And let me see like where exactly was it at? Come on, why do you keep doing that? Let's see where it's at, like right here. Was the moving average right there? Because like I said, as the stock continues to climb higher, the moving averages are a lagging indicator, so they will pull up. But yeah, the EMA was right there. That's exactly where the EMA was at. Jesus Christ. And that occurred early in the morning. That's why I was kind of upset because like those are things like when you see that you have setups that you're looking for. Those are the things you want to look for. You see that occurring on the chart, you're like, all right, let me go find some stocks that I could play. Right? Or do I have any stocks that are at good locations where I could, take a look? Staying here, USAR. Not 100% sure I like that. I mean, nice move today. QBTS. I mean, this looks good. I can see this. I like the pullback on it. It's it's very tight. It's a very tight move. QUBT, another one. So you got these quantums setting up again. Quantums definitely like they're setting up for another move. Again, they're more bounce trades, I think, because like these can roll, like they can roll over anywhere. Then you're gonna look at this and be like, oh man, that's a bear flag. That's the trouble with like playing these type of looks. But like I said, like that's what the market is presenting. Like here, here's Rigetti, right? It's still setting up for a breakout possibly. To where into some declining moving averages in this anchor VWAP. I don't know why is it pulling from there. That should be pulling from the highs. I'm gonna start using this anchor VWAP. See how I like it. Right, you could easily have something like this where it starts to go, right? But now you got this moving average that's like right there. This will probably come down. Then it's gonna look like that, right? It's gonna look like that. But you never know if it breaks out. You're trading from a position of strength. You're not really concerned about that. That's more for traders that are trying to get in after the fact. Keep it going. This IO and Q doesn't look bad. NNE. Doesn't look bad. Let me shut this down Discord. Force quit Discord. Not really liking what I see there. I think this move already occurred. Probably gotta wait. And yeah, I think that was the main things. No, this this AMPX is something I'm watching. I do like the defense of this 100-day moving average. It's acting as an area of support. Since this entire big move up, you can kind of see that. Let's do this. Let me move this over a little bit. Let's do that. There we go. Right, nice little higher low right here. I mean, you can get in this really like maybe tomorrow. See if you can get a move and some cushion. Put your stop down here. I mean, it's. I think like if it gets back above these trend lines, people are really gonna like it. Let me see where it's at right now. Long. I'm not sure. I probably wanted to tighten up a little bit better. What am I risking here? $1.30. To get back up to about 13 is about a $2 risk to reward. And not a bad look. I don't know though. I rather want to see how it kind of builds out maybe. All right, keep it going. Yeah, Bloom. Mm, that's your higher low for sure. I don't know. I have to wait to see. I was talking about this Chipotle as this being like a cycle of price action, and no, this definitely kind of it looked like it went today, honestly. This was a nasty stuff candle right here, but this trigger, in pre-market. I don't like triggers above that. But like, say if you were to kind of take it above this high right here, I mean, you don't get stopped out. Um, you just had to be positioned if you wanted to swing it. Um, Probably like why I fucked up on what was that? Rich Tech Robotics. But yeah, yeah. There's some nice looking stocks out there. Overall, let's go see what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin. All right, big move on Bitcoin. Uh, I don't know what works yet, but this is a nice hammer looking candle. You about to get that crossback look as well. Um, Higher lows still building. Um, Damn, fucking Zcash is going. What else is here, people? But yeah, man, I don't think I'm gonna be here for too long. I think that was the main thing I wanted to talk about. Um, stocks are moving. Things do look good. There are some setups out there to the long side. I think you can look for. I wouldn't be in the camp of trying to short up here. I wouldn't step in front of this freight train. That's exactly what it is. I like to go with the direction, and right now that direction is up. So I think you're better off looking for opportunities to the upside. Until that changes. I think that's the play. Um, yeah, that's what I think. I mean, if you're an intraday trader, it's a little different. But if you're a swing trader, definitely you'll be looking for opportunities. AMTM. Man, say right on the fucking morning, man. That probably happened right in the morning. Yeah, nothing much, not much else for me to really go over. I think most stocks had their move today. Nice move today. Um, I'm just checking something. Yeah, this Rivian, I don't know why people like it. I think this is a shitty company in terms of like how they've managed their financial statement. But I mean, the chart doesn't look bad, but man, I can't get past how much fucking debt they got. I mean, that's not bad in terms of cash flow, I guess. But I just can't get past that. So it's like I don't trade it really, and I damn sure won't invest in it. But I never know. Some things can go without you. Yeah, I'm just looking here. This MSTR was probably a nice little spot to add at. Right here on this gap fill. It came back and tapped the gap, and put in a hammer. These are one of those things where you got to be able to see it intraday, but you're using daily levels, but you can see it here on the right. You ask me like how would I get in on here? I would buy this candle right here off a stop at low day. Like that's all I would do. It's a day trader's technique that can turn you into could turn into a swing, right? So for example, like say if you'd have got in on this right here as it triggers, right? You got a green candle, kind of undercut, right? We break that candle's low, or we break that candle's high, right? I'm right here at I don't know what price that is. We'll figure it out in a second. But I'm right here at 172.50. Where's my stop? My stop is low a day. I'm risking $1 at the gap fill. $1 at the gap fill, right? depending on how you size, right? So if you size for a day trade, well, 2 to 1 risk to reward. You peel off some right here, leave your stop at break even. That thing just fucking coasted up the fucking, up the charts for the rest of the day. My what you call them just died. My mouse just died. Gap fill. What day was this? This gap fill on. I'll fix that later. But yeah, that's all for me, man. Peace. God bless.